Okay, so this is going to be a video on how to make Santa hats, elf ears, uh, the elf that I made, the belt that goes around his waist, and the little jingle bell thing that goes around his neck. I don't have a place where people can download patterns. The only thing that I use a pattern for really is the elf ears. The rest of it is pretty much free-handed. But this is what I did for the ears. I went online and I typed in elf ear pattern, and this is the one that I liked. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I printed it out just with a laser printer, and I had it set to wallet size. So you just print it out and then you cut it out. And what I did was, after I cut it out, I took the two pieces and put them together right in the middle and taped them. Just regular little Scotch tape. And this is what I used for my pattern. Just like that. Just like that. And all you do is take a piece of brown felt big enough that you can lay this pattern down on. Just like that. And you can either trace around it or just hold it in place, and you can cut both ears at one time. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can, after you glue it together and everything, you can go back and clean it up, and you're just going to cut around the paper. Well, let's try these ones. Just like that. Just kind of keep it in line. Just like that. And there's the two ears. And next what you're going to do is, I use floral wire, you can use thinner wire. You're just going to cut a little piece of wire, just like that. And you're going to bend it kind of in a U shape. Just like that. And you're going to put it in the middle of the elf ear and kind of fit it around just like that. This will make it so that you can shape the ear after. Just like that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Just like that. And you're going to hot glue it together. So you're going to go in the middle and you're going to fold it in half. Just like that. Mash it down. And then go in and glue the rest of it together. just like that. And if you turn it over and you see that it's not even, you just trim it up. Clean it up, make it look better. Just like that. This piece right here is the piece that you're going to bend. And this piece right here is going to be the piece that you're going to glue onto the bowl, like that. For the little design on it, all I do is take just a Sharpie, just a black Sharpie, and I follow the same pattern that's on the design. So you're just going to start at the top and loop around, go this way and loop around, just like that. And there's the elf ear. When you draw the pattern on the other side, when you get it put together, make sure that you have it so that you have a left and you have a right. So that's how I make the elf ears. For the belts, I had mentioned that they're 15 inches. Most vinyl, I'm sorry, not vinyl, but felt, it only comes in 12 inches. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I actually have a tape tacked down to my table. So I'll get another one. You see they only come in 12-inch lengths. The big bowl, if you measure it around the middle, is just shy or just a little over 15 inches. So what you're going to do is just cut about 3/4 of an inch of felt. Just a straight cut. And felt is very giving. Starting at one end and working all the way to the other, you're just going to pull it and stretch it. So it'll give you about a 1/2 inch thickness for the belt. So you're just going to stretch it. Just like that. All the way to the end. As you can see, it's not tearing. It's very giving. And you're going to get your 3 extra inches that you need to make it around the middle section. As you can see, actually I came out with 15.5, so you're going to have a little bit of extra play. Now you went from 12 inches to 15.5. And you see it goes all the way around the middle of the bowl. For the buckle, I use a 1 inch by 1 inch square of felt. And all you're going to do is just fold it in half. And you're going to cut a square out of the middle of it. This you can do for the Santa belt, for the elf belt. It's all the same. So now you have a square inside of the square. You put the belt around the elf, and then you glue the buckle on. And there's your belt. For the Grinch's hat, for Santa's hat, for the elf's hat, you're going to take a full sheet. It's 12 inches by 9 inches, I do believe. We'll measure it out. You got 12 inches one way, and you got 9 inches the other. So with the 12 inches going this way, you're going to fold it in half and mark it. Just pinch it up at the top. And you're going to take a ruler, and where that little mark is, you're going to go from there right to the corner and draw a line. And then you're going to go to the other side, and you're going to go from the point down to the corner and draw a line. So this is what you're going to have after you've drawn the lines and everything. And all you do is cut it right on that line, and it'll give you the triangle that you need for the hats. Just like that. And there's your hat, or the beginnings of your hat. Let me back that out a little bit. And there's the triangle. What you're going to do is, starting at the top of the bottom, whichever you feel more comfortable with. I usually start at the bottom. You're going to kind of fold it in half a little bit. You're going to have extra over here. That's going to be the flap that you're going to fold over to make the cone shape. So just fold it over, just like that, and go up the whole length all the way to the point. Just like that. Now for the elf, you can put a little bell on the top of it. For a Santa hat, you can do the pom-pom. Go right up to the point. And it's not going to exactly match up. It's not a big deal. Just snip it off. You're going to stick something there anyway, whether it be a pom-pom or if you're going to stick a bell. There's green, there's silver, there's red, there's gold, just however you want to do it. After you've glued it together, if you turn it the other way so that this is where you glued it together, you're going to flip it over, and you can see you have a lot extra. This is what I do. Just cut it off. And it fits right over the top of the bowl, as you can see. And you'll glue it around the edge. For the Santa hat, I have this, it's fur. They call it trim. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It just says decorative trim, and it was $5.99 for the roll of it, and it's 2 inches by 2 yards. It doesn't take, when you take it off, I actually do it in strips. I'll cut it apart and use it that way. And all you do is just cut it and glue it to the edge of it. And with the pom-pom, you glue it to the tip of it. If you're making an elf hat, you're going to do this the same way that I just did this one. But you're going to take a piece of green felt. Sorry, it kind of blends in with my thing. But you're going to cut just however big you want it. I'm going to say this is about 3/4 of an inch. Just cut a straight strip. Just like that. And you're going to fold it in half just to make it quicker. And you're going to cut little triangles out of it. Just like that. You can make them big, you can make them small. It just depends on how you want them. How many bells. You go all the way to the end. And that's how you get your zigzag. And you take and glue it to the bottom of the hat. All the way around. And you get your little elf hat. You can put a little bell on the top, or you can put a little pom-pom, just however you want to make it look. If you want to do a red hat for the elf, you can do a red one. If you want to do a green one, you can alternate the colors. You can make them, personalize them, make them your own. For the neck piece on the elf, it's the same process. You just cut a strip. This one is about 2 inches, and after you cut it, if you find that it's too thick or it hangs too low, then you can trim it off on the top. But just fold it in half, starting at the fold. These ones I usually make bigger because it's going around his neck, and I add bells to mine. And you're just going to cut out triangles, just like on the hat. And that's what you get, just like that. When you have your bowls together, you're going to glue a bell on each little point and wrap it around his neck and glue it. And that's what it'll look like. I freehand a lot of my stuff so that each one is different. A cut may be different, it may have more bells, some may have less bells. About the only thing that I do use a pattern for, because I want the ears to be the same, is my elf ears. And like I said, I just went on the internet and did a search for elf ear patterns and came up with this one. It was one that I really liked and I thought was really, really cute. And with the wire in there, you can bend them and shape them, just whichever way you want to put them. So I hope this helps with making the hats and the little neck pieces and the little belts that for the Santa and for the elf. I haven't done a Santa video yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. And this is the piece that goes around the top of the hat for the elf. And this is the piece, it's the fur, you can use it for the Grinch, you can use it for Santa's hat, you can use it personalize them and make them your own. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope this helps a lot of people.